honest Bahamians aren't prepared to stand up and fight and defend their own Bahamas, then you don't deserve to have it.
Now let that sink in. Come on. Change ain't coming, change is here. You can hear it, you can feel it in the air. All politicians, put your hands in the air. Just a stick up, let me make myself clear. I'm a grown man talking, so you know what to do. No one's leaving till we figure out the truth. Why you laughing? This ain't nothing funny. So no one gets to go home till we figure out this money. Change ain't coming, change is here. They say change ain't coming, but change is here. They say change ain't coming, but change is here. They say change ain't coming, nigga, change is here. Now if you ain't standing with us, then I know you against us. Bahamas, this ain't no time for us to be lukewarm. This is war, and we riding through the storm. Come on. Let's go. Shalom to all my Hebrew brothers, to all my Muslim and Rastas, we need you, brother. I see, I know. I can't forget the Christians. Let's put our differences aside, cause it's a bigger mission. See, they've been doing this for years, trying to separate us, kinda trying to keep us down and never elevate us. Now it's time to praise the Lord, cause he's about to take us over to the promised land where we can celebrate us. I got to do it for my kids that ain't even born yet, so the minute that they born, they already gotta check that check. Gotta have that time to collect, so they won't know how it feels to have that yoke around their neck. Yeah. See, y'all been robbing my grandmother, my great-great-grandmother and grandfather. It's like y'all can't get enough. Y'all just keep eating and giving us nothing but taxes. Y'all went even as far as to say that this country's in debt and we ain't got no money. But 9 times out of 10, everybody in this country's possibly a millionaire. It's time to wake up. Let's talk about natural resources, cause every time we bring it up, they say hold your horses. They say it ain't worth a thing, but it's worth a fortune. Meanwhile, they open up their businesses across the borders. Oh yes, we track their bank accounts across the waters. They say this country in debt, but they making millions. If we don't stop this now, they be up to billions. It's about to go down and I get the feeling we gotta cut a movie on these dirty villains. On this Lincoln Bain and his team came with information. It's like everything changed, everything went quiet. It's like so much facts and they can't deny it. They rather keep their mouths shut before they start a riot. Now look how they tryna just steal the oil. They don't wanna share it, none of y'all. They been robbing us while we were sleeping. Send them to jail cause they failed, they committed treason. Change ain't coming. They say change ain't coming, but change is here. They say change ain't coming, but change is here. They say change ain't coming, nigga, change is here. Listen, from Freeport to Nassau all the way to Naga, there's no more time for us to sit back and be quiet. You understand? This is war. If they only knew who we were, if they only know who we are, they would know we are warriors. No retreat, no surrender. Just give us what you owe us. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. I feel this all the way to my ancestors. We are warriors. We only really want what's owed to us. You get it? Now free up.
Now to the activist who needs to go find himself a darn job. 2 days ago, he and his sidekick were trespassing on private property again, claiming that the government stole millions of dollars. This is not true. The house is to be redeveloped. The property he was trespassing on near Goodman's Bay. It is owned by National Insurance. It is in a state of disrepair because Hubert Minnis, the former Prime Minister, 4 years ago decided not to carry out National Insurance's plan for the building. But our question is, why is this man always trespassing on other people's land? You know, nothing works for him. He can't pay the $100K check he promised voters. He can't deliver on the Crown land. Now he wants to grab National Insurance land. You just can't make this stuff up. Congratulations to Harry Penn.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you for being here. It's always a pleasure to have you with us. Ladies and gentlemen, we are broadcasting live on Facebook, on Lincoln Bain's page, and on YouTube, on the Coalition of Independence page, and Bahamian Evolution page. It is July 10th, 2022, and it is 49 years since we have received, well, independence was ordered upon us by the British Empire. And so I just want to thank you and welcome you, Miss Maria Daxon.
Good afternoon, my fellow Bahamians, and happy independence.
So, oh, we got some stuff to talk about today. So please, you know what to do when you get on there. Please share, share, share. Please share. The voice you heard at the beginning of this was the voice of Fred Mitchell. Fred Mitchell. Someone just gave me a little joke. They saw his name written on a flyer and that Frederick A. Mitchell, and they read it, Frederica Mitchell. I tell him it's Frederick A. Mitchell. Same.
Like you discussed it.
It's not me. His parents said that. Okay, Frederick A. Mitchell. Okay, it's not Frederica Mitchell. It's Frederick A. Mitchell Bahamas. All right. So that was Frederick A. or tomato. Frederica. So I can say Frederica because that's his name. Tomato. Frederica Mitchell. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that was the voice of Frederick Mitchell. And again, he is. I think we've hit a spot, Ms. Daxon.
You call me your sidekick, though. What do you mean by that?
I don't know. You gotta ask him. You gotta ask him. I don't know why he, anyway. I'll leave him alone. Yeah. But I think we've hit, if you watch WhatsApp and the little, stuff that's going on, I think we hit them. I think we hit them in a sore point. I think we stabbed them in the right place.
Oh, yes.
When you throw a rock, they say when you throw a rock in the pack of dogs, the one will start hollering. And I saw over the last couple of days, a lot of the PLP trolls started hollering.
Yes.
And I mean, they are hollering. They are making up lies and all kind of stuff.
They're attacking us.
Yeah. So that means that we are saying and doing the right things because otherwise they would be ignoring us. I see some of them saying some lies. It's very interesting. I mean, we sit down and we listen and we have a good laugh. And that's what we want you to do, to have a good laugh. I mean, if you want to cuss them out, you can, but we laugh over it.
Yes.
Because we realize they're just paid trolls trying to get, a little couple of dollars, $20, $50 here and there to buy some expensive groceries. So we understand what they're doing.
But Lincoln, they're not talking about these documents whether it's true or false. They're not addressing that.
No, they saying stuff like I got a Mercedes and a Jaguar and a brand new truck and all this other irrelevant stuff that's actually not true. But all this other actual, irrelevant stuff, they're talking about you and your past and your history and you and some boyfriend, I don't know, and they're talking with me and I guess some lies about my past but they're avoiding
the main issue.
That's
right. It's the Bahamian people.
Bahamas, whenever you see that, you know the truth.
That's right.
And so
But you been to Parliament before? You thief any money before?
I've never been in Parliament. Not yet.
You misappropriate any money?
Not yet.
The taxpayers' money?
Not yet.
You work at NIB?
Not yet.
Okay. So what is the issue?
I never will.
Okay.
So we never this country, never run this country. We are very concerned about the people who have governed this country and the people who are governing this country. I think, okay, we're back up. You know what happens when we start to have these kinds of big lives that really back All right, we are back up, and sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. But you know what's gonna happen, all right? So just stay tuned. We'll just keep going. All right. So I just wanted to say, personally, I don't see anything to be happy about. We're living in a country where the dream 49 years ago was for Bahamians to be first class, and there was this thing called Bahamianization. And I feel that exercise at this point has deteriorated. And I think that Celine Pinley would be very disappointed because of where we are. We are to the point now where our land is being sold and given away to foreigners.
And the other people them on our land can't get off our land, but yet this new PLP government want to take the organic Bahamians off the land.
Yes.
How that sound?
That doesn't sound right at all.
We must see foreigners in this town, like.
Yeah.
I think Lincoln, we come here by boat. And them other people, they go on here. Reverse it.
Yeah.
Because they could stay and do whatever they want to do. We come here by boat.
We're living in a country where we are last class.
That's right.
We're now to the point where Bahamians are now fighting to just get some equal rights with the illegal immigrants. Can you imagine this? We have now, as a people, reached a point where we're trying to get some equal treatment with illegal immigrants. Whereas illegal immigrants are invading our land, taking our land, or occupying our crown land and taking it over, and we have the government fighting for them, lying and saying that they're on private land, etc.
Yes.
While they're attacking Bahamians, bringing out the military for Bahamians, when they should have been doing it for the illegal invaders. Aren't you supposed to be protecting us from every outside force?
Nope.
But instead of doing that, you're attacking Bahamians illegally while making up lies and defending and encouraging the illegal immigrants. I don't see anything to smile about in this country. I see a country where they can have big celebration because a new cryptocurrency company has come to town, but Bahamians can't use their own credit card to pay, to buy, and receive cryptocurrency. What is the point? What is the point of celebrating FTX? And I have no problem with them. We need to move in that direction. But Bahamians can't use their own cards to purchase cryptocurrency. I mean, what kind of sick country is this that we're living in and allowing? Bahamians can go in the casino, like my foreign guests can come to town, and I can go to the casino with them. I can have dinner with them, but when they sit down to the blackjack table, the poker table, or sit in front of that machine to pull that lever, I can't.
They don't call us Lincoln.
And the only reason I can't is because I'm a Bahamian.
Yes.
The only reason I can't. That's the only reason. You are Bahamian. That's why you can't. And we sit down and allow this, and then we celebrate independence in our country. Like, seriously? Like, what kind of people are we? What kind of people have we become? What kind of people have we become that we would accept these kinds of things in our country? I don't see anything to smile about. And so I am seriously boycotting this independence thing this year. And hopefully, in short order, we can straighten this out and have a Bahamas where we can truly be independent and where we can put Bahamians first. There's nothing to being a Bahamian. Your passport is less valuable than everyone else. The illegal immigrant can come here.
Yes.
And he can sit down in the casino. If he have any ID, he can sit down in the casino and gamble. You can't. And I said illegal because they don't check your immigration status at the casino. As long as you have an ID to prove who he is, that illegal immigrant with his Asian passport can gamble in the casino.
You think me and you should try to go to the casino to go gamble?
I think we need to.
And get locked up to make a point.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds a good idea.
Any foreigner, including a Haitian, can get a casino license in the Bahamas. You cannot. Can you imagine that? I actually have a casino license in Haiti.
You serious?
I have a casino license presently in Haiti. I cannot get a casino license in my own country. Can you imagine that?
They hate us that much.
And when I say casino license, I'm talking about a casino like Atlantis Casino, not web shop. Casino.
They hate us that much.
The Bahamians are treated
second class citizens.
Like last class in our country. We are the victims of xenophobia in this country. We have a country where our children are leaving and going to another place to live. And you see something to smile about? You see something to be happy about? Our children are leaving here. Our nurses are leaving at record paces. I just got a call from a constituent in Pine when he said, listen, I'm going to Ohio to go and work. I'm gone. See you later. Bahamas ain't making no sense. If y'all had won, I would have stayed. But I gone. Because this thing ain't adding up. This is the reality, y'all. This is the reality. I like there's some neat little things that the Davis administration is doing. And I thank them for doing this, some of the little neat little stuff. But there's nothing to empower Bahamians in general. There's no real change in general that's happening. I don't see anything to smile about. I don't know about you, but we need real change in this country. Let me welcome some of the people I see on here before we continue, because we got to talk about NIB. We got to talk about some more stuff. Someone asked me, who owned the properties that NIB bought before they bought it? We're going to get to the bottom of that today, so stay tuned. Well, you know, NIB watching. Welcome, everyone from NIB who's watching. All of the executives who are watching. The person who wrote that demonic, lying, deceitful press statement.
Yes, I wonder who wrote that.
Good afternoon to everyone except you. I don't know who wrote that, but he is going to spend one day in hell.
Yes.
If he don't change his life.
We tried that.
Yeah. Paul Major is watching. We see Anne Green is watching. We see Charlotte Green is watching. Welcome, Charlotte Green. We see Veronica Bain is watching. Welcome to all of you. Kesia McPhee is watching. Thank you for tuning in. Marvin K says, we see you there. Shante Moxie, we see you. We see you. And Lisa Miller. Lisa Miller is watching. Valdez Cash says Porter, Bahamas. Porter, New Providence. Carl Bain is watching. Thank you for watching. Leticia Roll is with us. Leticia Roll is here. Coin Darville is watching. I hope I pronounced that right. Amantha Forbes is watching. Thank you so much and welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you all for being here. Mavis Pratt is here. Suzette is watching. Suzette is right here watching. Suzette Carey, thank you, Suzette. Ricardo McIntosh is here. Monique Burrows. Shirley Clinton. Welcome to all of you. Michelle Monroe. Lakira Roca is here. Thank you all for being here. Very welcome. You're spending your holiday with us. Jamal Shea is here. Jamal Shea is watching. That's old DNA, one of those DNA founders. Welcome, Jamal. It's a pleasure to have you here. Faye Pratt is watching. Faye Pratt, good afternoon, is watching. Darian N. Evans. He said they're not putting on any independent shirt until they see the new Bahamas. Yeah, man, we need a real change in this country. Enough of this nonsense and treating us like buffoons. Just throw a party for us and be happy. LaSasha Russell, good afternoon to you. So good to have you. Din Hannah, all right. Georginia Clark, thank all of you for being here. Marvin says is here. All right, so I got to move on. That's Renzo Els. Good afternoon to you. Mario is here. Phyllis is here. Thank all of you for being here. We appreciate you. I can't read all of them, but thank you so much. Remember to like and share, so we can get this out. We got some stuff to talk about today. Some stuff. First, before we get to NIB, gonna get to that in a minute. Yeah, we're gonna get to NIB in a minute. That NIB, that Ponzi scheme we call NIB.
Yeah, it's a Ponzi scheme.
NIB is a Ponzi scheme. All right. So nowadays, before it was a perfect institution, but now something has gone wrong. All right. So firstly, I just want to update you. Remember that the government has been threatening us back and forth, one thing to the next, one lie to the next. First, they said we were on a, what do you call that thing, a protected forest. They lied. We told you that they were lying. And of course, the media only heard what the government had to say, didn't talk to us. And we said that it was a lie. We're not on a protected forest. And then they had to come back after all their threats, etc. They came back and said, no, we don't have any evidence of anything. And they were asked if it's a protected forest, and they had to say, no, it's not a protected forest. It's just crown land, is what they said. All right. And so they kept lying, deceiving the people, and had to come back and eat their own vomit. The Attorney General made all kinds of statements calling people criminals, legal trespassing, etc. I just want to say to the government, listen, man, it's been months. If people are illegally trespassing, you need to lock them up. You just lock them up. Or come talk to them and tell them, get off the land. Said, bring something in writing saying, come off this land. All this talks, listen, this generation, we don't do talks. We tired of the talks. If someone is trespassing, come do your job. Right? Simple as that. We're not into no talks, and we're not intimidated or afraid of your talks. If someone is trespassing on crown land, and like you said, you can't have people trespassing on the government land, then come do your job. Because right now it's looking at the Bahamian people like you're lying.
Yeah.
You see, time reveals everything.
Yes.
Because it's been months and months now that they had these talks. And now it's looking like, oh, all the threats, the big bad, we're coming, we're going to give cease and desist, and then come back. The Attorney General said, oh, no, the police have to deal with that. The Minister of Environment, oh, cease and desist, evil, criminals, bad, Lincoln, bad. And come back. We don't have any evidence of anything. And so the latest little trick that they pull after bringing all this military to intimidate us and then looking really bad for doing it and having, 20, 30 Defense Force officers pushing against me, standing against me.
20. That was more than that by Lincoln.
Yeah, I mean, just the ones pushing in front of me.
Okay.
Well, I was pushing back, trying to
Okay.
They were trying to stop me from moving.
They look like they had the whole ride squad out there for you.
Yeah, man.
Me and you.
Yeah.
Look how small I am, Lincoln.
Man,
I'm a small little woman.
You're like 3'5".
Thank you. Small little woman. Look at you, Lincoln.
You weigh less than 100 pounds.
They only need about 2 of them bigger than me and you. They bring the whole
with machine guns. And tanks.
Thank you.
An armory.
The police, Defense Force, immigration. And nigga, they had a couple of assistant commissioners over there. What could blow on me and I'll fall out.
I feel so special.
Oh God.
All that for us. All that for us.
Why? Because we fighting for the Bahamian people?
Yeah. We fighting while they lying.
Yeah.
All right. And so, like we said, listen, come. And so the latest thing they did was that they came in there a few days ago and put up some signs. Man, listen to me.
Where they put them signs? On the Kalani side or on your side?
No.
Well, they can stop lying.
No. You can put them up in that side.
Where the PLP them out?
They ain't put none up there.
Man, they can stop lying. You know where we been and we find that illegal coal mining business? They ain't put up no signs over there. Well, Lincoln, you could lie on the PLP, eh?
You could put up signs. There were no signs put up, and we have videos of this. There were no signs put up in the area where the Haitians are. Because right to the gate where they entered, where the Defense Force, police, etc. entered, right there where the Haitians were going to put up the gate at that time.
Yeah.
That's where they came in. They put up no signs in that area.
My boy, Lincoln, you could lie on this new government,
No,
boy.
Not one. And they put up no signs in the area where the PLPs are. I put the video on my Facebook page.
So no signs.
Whenever
The
Haitians are,
and the PLP.
and I'm not talking about Haitians in Carbon Road. I mean the Haitians where we are, where they're occupying the property. They don't live there, but they have farm there and they build in there. I have the video now. All right, before this is over, we may be able to show it to you. Right, but they didn't put any signs there. And I stopped them and I asked them. I said, because I was following them. You just passed where the PLP generals are. You just passed where the PLP generals are, and you didn't put any signs up. Why? None of them would answer. The police finally said, because it's a new day.
What?
And he said that sarcastically. Because in other words, they didn't like what they were doing. They didn't like they had to be out there doing that. But he said it sarcastically because it's a new day.
But hold on, so Lincoln, are you trying to tell me that the new PLP government gave the police, the defense force officer, instructions not to go put up no signs by the Kalani side, or not to go put up no signs by the Haitian side, but to come where we, the organic Bahamian people are?
Yes.
I don't believe you, Lincoln.
Yeah.
I don't believe this new PLP government do it. Lincoln, you are lying. You are a bold-faced liar. For you to tell the Bahamian people that, because I don't believe you.
Wow.
That's discrimination.
Yep.
It is unfair treatment. They know the Constitution, and the PLP get all them QCs in that party. They the one who is be giving me advice on the Constitution. By Lincoln, you lying. You lying.
And then not only that, they actually put up a sign. This is the sign, Maria. This is the sign that they put up. All right. And it says from the office of the Prime Minister. And this is dated June 29th. All right. But they just put it up. This was dated before they came with all their, stuff, right? But June 29th. This is dated before. Remember when we was gonna have our little thing on the park?
Right.
On July 1st, they did this before that. But then they had something in the meeting which said we're gonna hold off and then see the crowd response, the public response, and then we'll move. And so this is what they did. And so the notice says this: public notice to cease and desist the unauthorized entry, trespass, cutting and clearing of the pine forest, New Providence. What does that mean? What is the pine forest?
I don't know.
They got pine forest in Pinewood Garden, still around by the canals.
I was about to say.
So you can't go in anywhere where there's pine forest? What do you mean, the pine forest? What does that mean?
Oh.
The pine forest? They're not identifying where we are as a pine forest. They did not say public notice. This is a pine forest. Like you see the sign they have on the airport road on the other side. It says that this is Crown Land, right? This does not say that this here, where you all are, is a pine forest. And it doesn't say anything about Crown Land. Because that's all Bateman was talking about. He was saying, oh, they're on Crown Land, they're trespassing, the Haitians are on private land, so that's a different story. But this is Crown Land. Why didn't you send us something saying something with Crown Land? But let me finish reading this. This is just a general thing to say Bahamians need to stop doing certain things in the pine forest, generally, which is any pine forest. All right, in New Providence. Now let me continue, because this is clear nonsense. The general public is advised that all persons shall immediately cease and desist from the unauthorized entry, trespass, cutting, or clearing of the pine forest. It still doesn't say this is a pine forest.
Lincoln, I'm hanging down my head in shame. I don't believe it's the Prime Minister's signature.
They must have fraud the Prime Minister's signature.
Yeah, they had to fraud the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas signature.
Let me finish reading, man. Let me finish reading, because then you might change your mind in there. This is Prime Minister. And it goes on to say, please note that pursuant to section 11(1) and 2 of the Forestry Act number 20 of 2020, 1, no person shall harvest or cause or procure to be harvested any protected tree except under and in accordance with the conditions of a permit and in accordance with the provisions of the Act regulations. So that's saying you can't harvest a protected tree. This ain't saying nothing that they quoted that you can't enter a pine forest. There's no law so you can't enter a pine forest. This now talking about cutting down a protected tree. That's a different law than declaring something a pine forest. All right? This now talking about a protected tree. A protected tree, if that's in your private yard, you can't cut that down. You see nothing to do no pine forest. You see how deceitful they being? Let me read the number 2. Any person who acts in contravention of subsection 1 is guilty of an offense and liable to summary conviction to a fine of $10,000, etc., etc., etc. Why did you talk with pine first and then come back and talk with a tree?
And
a protected tree. They are being deceitful. All right? One has nothing to do with the next. A protected tree could be in a pine forest or in your private yard. Why didn't you quote the act for what you were saying about the general public is advised that all persons shall immediately cease and desist from the unauthorized entry, trespass, and cutting and clearing of the pine forest? That's a different thing. And no law says you can't enter a pine forest. Brave, come on, Brave. You gotta do better than that. Brave, you can do better than that.
No, the Prime Minister. Right. It's not the Prime Minister's signature. See, Lincoln.
So the police and the fence force out there committing fraud.
Somebody had to defraud this Prime Minister. Lincoln, my first year as a law student, something is going on with the heading. Number 1, I'm not going to tell them because we can't get it.
Yeah.
Something is going on with paragraph number 1. Something is going on with this act, the Forestry Act. What? Number 20 of 2020. Boy, Lincoln, I ain't like for that. This will get eat up, chopped up, slapped up in the court of law. That ain't the Prime Minister's signature.
And then the other big signature there was the officer, whoever it was, who posted it, I guess, on a tree or whatever they might have posted it on. That's their signature to say when they posted it, right? And then that's Brave Davis' signature next to it. And this is pure garbage.
What you want to say?
Garbage.
No, no, the PLP, take sharper than that. Not them PLPs, not them lawyers.
Maybe you think the F&M hijacked some police in the fence force and they did that to make the PLP look bad?
Yeah, that's what I believe.
Because the PLP couldn't do that.
No, the PLP can do it. The PLP ain't that dumb, man. That's something what the F&M would do.
Man, but ain't so smart, man.
No, man. You should read my new signature to that. Man, that have to be. No, man, I don't believe that.
I have a problem with whose signatures to that. That is a message about the environment. All right. The Minister of Environment is the one who's supposed to send out notices as it relates to the environment. That's the law. Or the Director of Environment. What's her name?
Michelle Alnil?
No. Hennick, Daniel Hennick.
Yeah.
Why didn't the Minister of Environment sign that? Because that's just a public notice reminding people, don't cut down protected trees. Now, what they should have done was then put a list of the protected trees, because it's only for 2 pages long. They should have said, these are protected trees. How in the world are you supposed to just know what is a protected tree? You haven't had an awareness campaign. People don't know what is a protected tree. Why would you go to the extent of posting that and then still not educating the people about which trees are protected trees?
Hold on a second. Let me pull that letter up again from a place. PLBs. Hold on. Let me look at the edition that's coming. 2020. That's Dr. Menace then. Dr. Menace. Me ask you something. You know you all ain't that smart. 2020. You was in power. But you been cutting down those trees for that new subdivision off the Michael Road. But further down from us.
Yeah, right next to us.
Yeah, right next to us. So what you was trying to tell the BNB people, it was okay for you to cut it down, but when other people cut it down, it's a problem? Boy, Lincoln, no man, the F&M put this out there. We need an investigation in this.
Well, I think what has happened is that the Minister of Environment He's a member of the cabinet, so he can't really talk and say his grievance to the public. But I think he has found the error of his ways, and he's repented before God. I used to
You think so?
and I think he's pulled out because you notice he isn't dealing with anything to do with this anymore.
We coming after him though.
Yeah, of course.
Not for resources.
But I want you to notice, no one else in the government could sign this. The Minister of Finance, the Minister of what you call it, of Education, of Transport, none of them could sign this. So only if Warren Miller said, no, I ain't signing that, I'm having nothing to do with that, you can't go after Bahamians like what you're doing, all right? And this looks bad. I think if he said that, then the only person who could sign this would be the Prime Minister to make it seem legit, even though it isn't. So I think they were stuck with that. And that's why they had Wayne Monroe coming into the forest with Defense Force saying, oh, we're putting together a new environment task force to save our environment. But Wayne Monroe is not the Minister of Environment. Where's the Minister of Environment? So brave.
Somebody, Mr. Prime Minister, somebody project secretary.
You all go take them pieces of paper and carry them to PLP headquarters and use them for toilet paper, please. Because that's all they are worth. They are of zero value to the Bahamian people, to us, or to you, or to the forest.
They're gonna go with something else again.
Oh Lord, they from one thing to the next.
Well, but Lincoln, I still can't believe that. I mean, being a lawyer for all these years, just looking at those, well, I can't talk everything, man. That, Somebody for the Prime Minister, not the QC, not RPM, Dr. Minister would sign something like that, because he ain't know what he doing. That's Dr. Minister.
Okay. So what we need you to do, Wayne Monroe, since you seem like you run in the country now because only you having everything to say, or Brave Davis, when you finally come back here, Brave Davis, we need you to come back in that same area, all right? Put up some signs saying, this is Crown land, y'all are trespassing on Crown land, we can lock you up. Anything to that nature. We just want you to put it in writing, all right? Since you say we trespassing on Crown land, we're not doing it the right way, even though y'all never say what the right way is.
Thank you very much.
Since you all say that, listen, man, stop playing.
Yeah.
Stop wasting the people's time.
You need to know what the right way is.
You can't have Lincoln Bean and Maria Doxey bullying the government. Put your signs up that say that we are trespassing on Crown land. And you give us 14 days or 14 minutes, whatever it is, to leave.
What?
Put your signs up.
What? They ain't see the public outcrying. Lincoln, they must see what the public saying ain't. Huh? All of a sudden, Lincoln, soon as we go there, the Bahamians, we decided to share up or give people an opportunity to claim 1 acre is a problem. But the PLP them wanted 50 acres. And one of them now admits they declared that they wanted 3 acres and 4 acres. So greedy the PLPs are. 3 and 4 acres for one PLP supporter.
Maria, I heard they put, I didn't really listen to it, I heard they put a voice note on WhatsApp saying it's a recording of me talking and asking for some money or something like that, right? Listen, all these PLPs do is keep legitimizing us and keep making themselves look bad.
But what happened before that?
No. What happened then?
Thank you.
That's evidence of what I've been saying. We told you from the break that PLP generals were in that area, and they had a problem with Bahamians coming in that area, and they wanted them removed. And now you can see the Minister of National Security acting on their behalf. All right? Because that was his generals, some of them. Some were Von Miller's generals, some was his generals. The 2 people in that recording
is Dominic Bowe and Pastor what?
Ruby Russell.
Ruby Sanders.
Why I keep saying Russell? Ruby Russell, I'm so sorry. It's not you, all right?
Pastor.
It's Pastor Ruby Sanders, all right? Ruby Sanders. That's who you hear we're talking to. These are the 2 campaign generals that felt they have rights and ownership to take that because some promises was made to them. And you can hear it in the conversation. I was being a mediator between them and someone else. That was nothing to do with my property, and I wasn't doing nothing for them personally. And the person was like, listen, well, the mediation was, listen, if you say you want this, you're a pastor.
But they think I'm though, Lincoln. Why don't you talk the story? They didn't clear on nothing. Every time you go clear on something, they come and say, oh, this ours. This PLP
on. This PLP on.
This the PLP on.
So all was said to them on behalf of the other person was, listen, all right, just pay them whatever expenses that they've had up to this point, to mark out and do whatever they did. Just pay them the expenses, and then you take you keep it, Miss PLP. You keep it, Miss Pastor.
They're greedy.
And so no one wanted to get anything with them. They came pushing their thing to say, we are PLP campaign generals, Green Monroe. And so we said, listen, take it, give the person whatever expenses they've had up to this point, which date you could pay. All right? They made an agreement. They made an agreement, and that's what the agreement was. And I said, okay, relay the message, and that's that. That's what that recording was, and it is actually confirmation of everything we've been telling the Bahamian public.
Thank you. The PLP
why we're having problems with the government right now.
PLP
generals wanted that area.
Yes, 50 acres each.
All right, and those two persons had 50 acres each.
Thank you.
And more. And in fact, her daughter is still in that area with many acres. I don't even know how much that is. All right, it looks
greedy.
It looks like about 50 acres to us, but I think a lot of it is wetland, so they're not really claiming that. So maybe it's about 10 that they're going to use, all right, or 15, I don't know. But her daughter, Dominique Bo's daughter, is still there, and son-in-law, all right, they're still there, all right, and so that's what you heard on that, and they keep putting these stuff out, only make themselves look bad. So we would ask them to continue putting this stuff out.
What's so shocking? They've been there before us. Why now, since we gone there, the PLP, new PLP, want to come and attack us? Why they didn't go in there when them people, the PLP and the Haitian, them was in the back there? Why?
And the fact that Brave Davis signed this document and send government officials, police, defense force, forestry, etc., go in the back there and skip out where the PLPs are, skip out where the Haitians are, but only go where the Bahamian people, the regular Bahamians who are not politically connected, etc., are. That is very telling.
Yes.
That is very telling. And that is one of the reasons I say, what are we celebrating today? What is there to celebrate?
They're too greedy. All for me, baby. Remember? The PLP last slogan, all for me, baby. Greedy said a PLP, and these are women. And one of them is a pastor. Boy,
And so we're going to move on from that. Like I said, we have videos showing where they didn't go in the Asian area, they didn't go in the PLP area, and all that stuff. All right,
they can't go.
We'll put it up on Facebook. All right, and we think that is disgusting, and that is how we're treating Bahamians in this country. All right, that cannot happen.
Yeah, they're supposed to say a pastor get 4 acres and Freeport, all of them.
That's why they're not speaking out.
Yes.
That's why. All right. But change ain't coming.
Change is here.
We can sign up and we can fight for our people, and we can do what is right for our people.
Just give everybody peace. Man, Lincoln, what is the problem with them? Why we can't share this belt? Why only a certain set of people in the political arena supposed to get this belt? They send me in the Wellfield. But Frankie the Snake Gang built some houses in the Wellfield and Papaw Track. Huh? That company what they own, our comb, they go in there. Lincoln, I tell you, we need to go there to go cut a movie.
See it there.
Thank you.
See it right there.
You see?
All this is
all
on,
that.
All that is on the well fields, on the pine forest, and they already have the subdivision cut out. We get this Ministry of Works documents here.
Thank you.
All right, and that's what Frankie Wilson I'm going to do. See it there.
See it there.
Blackwater. This here, and that there. All right, that's what they're going to do. And, you know, for you who keep, you know, getting annoyed by these PLP trolls, listen, this is the 21st century, not the 80s and 90s. All right, we live in an era where we have information right at our fingertips.
Yes, all time.
If you hear someone running on with a voice note with no documentation, no proof, amazing.
God.
See here, we got files on NIB.
Thank you very much.
You see all this?
Thank you.
You got files.
Let me tell you what I get by.
We got files on NIB. We don't talk unless we have proof. We don't even discuss stuff unless we have proof. I don't have time for gossip. So if someone is spreading a voice note, oh, they could say anything. Oh, Lincoln just bought a helicopter. Oh, he just bought a helicopter. Oh, where did he get the money for this helicopter? And you just spreading that. You are the clown. You are the fool. You are the imbecile. In this day and age, if you say me and Maria meet with Minutes, then what you do is you bring your video, you say, see Maria and Lincoln going in the Minutes office. Then you let Lincoln and Maria explain.
Hold on. Who Minutes you talk about?
They say you with Minutes.
Who you with Minutes? Not talk to you, but they say, Bahamians, let me publicly tell the Bahamian people, if Dr. Minutes called me into a meeting and I walk in the office and I see Dr. Minutes, I walk him back out. Lincoln, if I meet with Dr. Minutes when he's the Prime Minister, you think I can meet with Dr. Minutes now in opposition when he nobody? The answer is no. Lincoln, and if you go talk to Dr. Minutes, I cut you off.
Listen, there will be a cold day in hell.
Thank you.
Have anything to do with Dr. Minutes.
Thank you.
All right? If I go in a meeting with Dr. Minutes, it's for him to get a good cut hit politically.
Thank you.
Spiritually. All right? I will not entertain those heathens. Anyone in the F&M cabinet.
Thank you very much.
Any one of them. I don't have nothing to say to Michael Pintard.
Thank you.
They destroyed this country.
That's right. And they
nothing to say to Dwayne Sands.
To do it and get back with it.
They were part of it. They were part of cabinet.
Thank you.
They did this to us.
Thank you.
Of any dealings with Cuba like that.
And Dr. You see this? Dr. Sands, it's you. Huh? You know about these documents too. We coming to you, Dr. Sands. Huh?
So how anyone could put on a red shirt and celebrate the F&M at this point, they hate this country.
Thank you very much. But they get both us for F&M too.
That's when F&M was safe and we didn't know that it wasn't safe.
Yes.
That's when we were blind.
Yes.
But with all this information coming out, there's no way.
No way.
No way. All right. So I just wanted to make that clear. So while they are putting up signs where Bahamians are farming on Crown land, this was happening in Eleuthera. No, we didn't say Andres. We didn't say Abaco. Eleuthera.
What?
It's out in the back of the service center yard, everybody. Or what they call the service center yard. Look here.
Making you serious?
Dead serious.
As you can see all the stuff piled up everywhere.
Somebody called me and told me they shared on bad in the truck. So we definitely going to tonight.
It's out in the back of the.
All right, so this is what's happening in Eleuthera. While they're attacking Bahamians, we get to take over. This is Eleuthera right here. It's Eleuthera. Eleuthera right now, while we speak. Not that, sorry, skip that. That's one of the NIB buildings.
What?
Yeah, that's the ruinous buildings that they bought with NIB. I mean, anyway, we'll come back to that. We get into NIB in a minute. While they're attacking Bahamians, this was going on. And this on Crown land. See? This was going on. Sorry, skip that. Yeah? This was going on in Eleuthera right now as we speak.
So where the defense force, where the police,
See
where the forestry, where's immigration?
Mm-hmm. They are saying, officers, etc., are informing us that they've been getting instructions not to mess with the Asians. Instructions. Look at this. See that?
Oh,
this was going on. See, they got all their wood. They setting up one night, one house. See here? Oh, that's brave. That's something different. That's, oh my God. Yeah. See here? This was going on live Right now, as we speak, there's a Luther yard. See all that wood? It's a Luther. While they're attacking Bahamians, natural born Bahamians, that's NIB. Natural born Bahamians. See here?
Malinger?
This, while they're attacking natural born Bahamians, this is what they building in Eleuthera. Right now, as we speak, taking over our land, and we will never get that back. That'll be gone forever.
But no injunction on the Eleuthera.
No.
So why?
They could take that down.
Thank you, very. So why the government, the new PLP government, he attacking us? Why these Haitians and these non-humans building up in these other family islands? This is the utmost disrespect. Huh? No, this is unacceptable, Lincoln. Lincoln, we really need to go to Parliament now. We're trying to give this new PLP government an opportunity to govern. But it look like why we giving them opportunity to govern, these people taking over.
Yep.
Huh?
And so, ladies and gentlemen, that's what's going on. Brave Davis is attacking Bahamians living on Crown land while protecting the illegal immigrants, protecting them in this country. You be the judge. Now to national insurance. Maria, how you feel about this expose? How you feel about what you've been seeing?
Oh, Lord. The former ministers for national insurance need to go to jail. The director, they need to go to jail. They steal, rape, rob from the workers in this country money, and they take as they please, Lincoln. And it's despicable. You know something, Lincoln? They was going to try sneak to increase on the back of the Bahamian people and sneak up this age if we didn't say anything. But these documents I'm reading, let me tell all of y'all something. Hell don't have nothing to do with y'all. Y'all stole from the Bahamian people. And Bahamians, y'all know what is so sad? 1 year they had over $1.5 billion of the workers' money on reserve. And they refused to build us one state-of-the-art hospital. Lincoln, that's what it is, you know. One state-of-the-art hospital.
Wow.
We was asking for. And Papa, you want the money? Y'all gonna build that hospital. Perry Christie, y'all gonna build that hospital. It is a crying shame. But what I say to Papa, I love you. Oh, but Papa, your name upon these documents, Papa. How could y'all had 1.6 billion of the taxpayers' money and couldn't give us one hospital, Papa? That's all. We couldn't even get one line. Bahamians, I'm feeling good after I got these documents. They rape, they rob us with our eyes open up blind, Lincoln. This is despicable. And I am crying shame on both government. And you want to touch up on the workers' money. That was not your money. Huh? Boy, Lincoln, this is too much.
Yeah. And so we last week it went viral and it really caused a lot of the people to start attacking us with other irrelevant stuff about how evil we are, about how bad we are, and because we revealed the truth about what's going on in this country. We showed you documents. We still have it here. We showed you documentation where the House of Assembly gave authorization for the government to sell property to NIB for $10, but somehow they sold these properties. There's 4 properties listed here for $3 million. That's a cost of $750,000 each. That's like life a keep. That's just vacant land, you know. $750,000 each, just vacant land. All right. And then NIB came out with documents showing that they spent more than that. In their answer to us, they literally said, listen, we spent more than that.
Thank you very much.
We bought some houses. We bought 3 houses for $2.2 million each. We spent $6.6 million on 3 houses. Jesus Lord. They came out and said it's worse than Lincoln Bain and Maria Daxon said. They said, y'all talking about us only spending $750,000 each on 4 properties. Hey, no. We was balling heavier than that. We spent $2.2 million on derelict homes, run-down homes, ruined homes.
Thank you.
And never did anything with them. We just bought them.
With the workers'
from
money.
the government with the workers' money. That's what they came out and said. Jesus. And then this house was supposed to be bought for the prime minister, supposed to be used for the prime minister to live in, whoever the prime minister is. They spent allegedly $10 million on that. And then Minister came out and said that he had to spend another $7 million to do some renovations or whatever. The renovations ain't finished. You saw we went there. We showed you. You could see they start something, but they never did anything. This years later. $7 million additional.
Lion.
Let's do some maths. 3 million plus, what they say? 6.6 million.
Yes.
That's 9.6 million. Plus 10 million. That's 19.6 million. Plus 7 million. That's 26.6 million. That's just that. And it's more.
Lapidated.
And it's more. That's just those ones right there. That could have built our state-of-the-art hospital right there.
Thank you very much.
That's our state-of-the-art hospital right there. But I ain't tell you the big news with it yet. Hold on, wait, there's a kicker. Because people ask me who owned the homes. All right? What's going on with who owned these homes? But before we get there, I want you all to pay attention to something because a lot of people don't take this serious and you all don't really understand the magnitude of what's happening, the magnitude of what you're going through and what you're being put through as a Bahamian in this country. I'm going to show you, I reached out to some workers. I just grabbed hotel workers as example, and a bunch of them send me their statements. So I just grabbed 2 as examples, yes, right? Out of the ones I got. And I removed their names, etc., right? But I wanted you to see how much money you spend on national insurance. The same national insurance when it's time for you to collect, it's all kind of excuses. I want you to see this one of the statements here. This person, her deductions from a salary is 13.48. This ain't the employer side yet. That's just what they taking out for. This ain't the employer side. So it's really more that you spending. This person, 13.48, all right? Plus 97.44. That's the gratuity. This is a hotel worker. So they take national insurance out of their tips, out of their gratuity, right? And then they take national insurance out of their salary. And so this is actually what she spent. It's a 2-week period on national insurance. All right? This is what she spent. So this is roughly $57, almost $60 per week.
Yeah.
That's being taken out for national insurance. And year to date, they've taken out, year to date, this number here, year to date, they've taken out $1,364.96 year to date. All right, that's up to June, I guess.
And gratuity.
From her gratuity national insurance, another $171.62. So that's, when you add that up, that's over $1,500. Over $1,500 that's come out of her salary year to date. So that's half of the year. So now when you take that to the full year, that's about $3,000.
But that ain't Lincoln. When she getting clean, she only can get the maximum amount. Even if she overpaid,
This is a regular worker. You can
Regular
tell by
wage.
the salary, the money taken off her salary. It's a regular worker. Listen, Maria, and that ain't what the company she works for, the hotel she works for is paying yet. So this just what her deduction. Plus, so that means really and truly that she paying 3,000, but with the company putting a part, for her, that's probably I don't remember the numbers,
so
but
6,000.
but 6,000 almost that you spending on national insurance. That is more than you pay for your life insurance and medical insurance combined.
Yeah. Yeah.
Think about that. That is more than any other insurance you pay in this country. We should be fully covered.
Yes.
And your medical insurance is paid out and dealt with, and those companies are making billions in profit, Maria.
Thank you.
Billions in profit by covering you for whatever medical urgency you have. National insurance don't do that.
I was about to say, you know which clients I get waiting to have surgery?
Hmm.
Huh? And they tell they ain't get no money. You know which clients I have? Old age pensioners waiting on their pension money to get their pension money. Huh? Boy,
So that's just calling numbers. Don't hold us to the exact numbers, but that's about $6,000 a person is paying for national insurance. Just see no big timer. They see no person in big position in no company. It's a regular worker. This another one. It's another worker. All right. This person. This is a regular worker. This is a maid. All right. This is a maid, housekeeper. All right. In the hotel. All right. And out of their salary year to date so far, because they also pay what is it, Bahamas Hotel, and whatever
yeah.
union dues. All right. And they
That's almost $1,000 they already paid for this year.
that's more than 1,000. This the gratuity.
Yeah.
The gratuity and the employee contribution. That's more than 1,000.
Yeah. Jesus.
It's way over 1,000. All right. And so far for the year, I mean, out of their salaries, they've paid $3,600. But a part of that is credit union and a part is dues. So we have to calculate that, right? So for the year, they've paid, let me calculate these two.
Yeah.
Let me calculate these two quick, because I want you all to see this. Because see, we just paying, and we ain't really paying attention to what's really going on. So how much money is going out to national insurance? So this person is paid as 189.21 plus 822.81 equal. That's $1,012.02. And then there's more coming out for the employer contribution.
Oh my God.
All right. So the other one we didn't have the employer contribution.
Now you have the employer contribution. Ooh.
All right. So listen. On average, because some make less, some make more. On average, I'm gonna just stick with saying you pay anywhere $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 to NIB per year, but between you and your employer, right? For you. If we paying $5,000, $6,000 a year to NIB, and if it's less, it could be a little less. Like I said, it's give or take. What they doing with this money? The only thing you paying more on is probably mortgage if you have one. Just think about that. How could they be broke? How? See, and I could understand the mortgage being so much because they actually gave you some money up front. All right, they might have give you 100,000, 200,000 for a house or 300,000 up front, and they trying to get it back. National insurance, you just giving them money. I don't even ever remember claiming from national insurance in my life. I pay it, but I don't ever even remember claiming from them. They gave me a check once when I got injured on the police force, and they gave me that over and over and over. But what's the point? So now let's do some more math. All right, this crazy maths.
Lincoln, hold on a second.
Mm,
You have more persons in the hotel collecting a gratuity, and this government changed the law a couple of years ago to get a percentage of these people grant. Right? So that means they made more money from 2012 when they stopped showing us how much money they collected.
mhm.
Right, Lincoln?
2009.
Nine. They are wicked. They are wicked to the next level. And guess what? Remember now what they said? That the tourism industry had increased. More tourists was coming here. So that means more money they was collecting. Bama and all of them, Lincoln, that's payments, y'all, let's do the maths. Atlantis was flowing. Where is all this money going, payments? Man, Lincoln, man, you didn't even tell me about this. You making me feel bad today.
Now let's do some more math, Bahamian people. Let's do some more math. Let's say you take that $6,000, and again, this average. So don't come back and saying, "Oh, some people pay 4,000, some people say 8,000." We just play with numbers so you could get an idea. You could do your own numbers based on the theory we're giving you. So let's say based on how $6,000 is paid, right? Let's say based on that. You work on average 47 years until you can retire at 65. So from 18 to 65, you're looking at probably about 47 years you'll be working. All right. So 6,000 times 47. That means you paid $282,000 to national insurance.
Over $250,000.
Mm-hmm. $282 to national insurance. All right, that's one person. One person. We have had millions of people. Don't mind the population is only a certain amount. The whole population is they say just under 400,000.
Yeah.
But there are people who have died.
Thank you very much. Yes.
All right. We've had millions of Bahamians.
That's right.
Don't deceive yourself. A lot of them have died and left us.
Thank you.
Millions who have paid national insurance all their lives. Millions of Bahamians have lived and paid that. One is 282,000. It's just an example again. Now, what I want you to calculate, up to 65, how long are you going to live after 65?
Yeah. What's that?
None of my parents lived to see 65. My father died at 62, my mother died at 61.
So when the national insurance money go on, Lincoln, you all get it?
No.
See?
We get nothing. Well, you get the 1,500, I think, when they did that thing. All right?
Government thief and
Now,
those people.
let's say you live to 70. What are they giving you? $300. It is under 300, but I'll just round it up to 300. It's 2 something, right? Your pension is 2 something. Whatever, someone on here should know. Y'all post it, whatever it is. Y'all post it. It's 2 something. All right? But I'll put it up to 300. I'll put it to 300 just to do the math. We just want to show you all this math. All right? So let's say it's 300, they pay you a month. A month times 12 times 5. I should just do 60, but that's what I'll do, all right? Times 5. So you get back of all the money you've been paying. If you live to 70, you get $18,000.
Back from $270,000.
$282,000. You get $18,000 back. Where the money gone?
In the politician pocket. Today, what Janet wants what thing say? What the man or the woman name say? Loretta Butler Turner, lovers, friends, family members, and the political what? The political friends.
What this means is since there's so much differentiation between two, they could raise that pension amount. They could raise that amount.
Even 500.
They could raise it to 1,000. It wouldn't bother them. Let's see if they raise it to 1,000, what it'll be. Let's do the math, Bahamas. Let's say they raise it to 1,000 times 60. Say you live to 70, which most people won't. All right. So most you only even get 18,000. All right. 1,000 times 60. That's 5 years. That's 60,000. 60,000. Isn't that more fair? You paid in 182,000. Sorry, 282,000. And they give you back 60. They still win, they still rape you. But a pension should be set up for you to get everything you put in and more.
Thank you very much.
Because what they do is they're supposed to invest your money in good investment so that when it's time for you to get your benefits, they could give you everything back and even more.
Thank you very much.
The pension shouldn't be made for them to profit from. NIB is being made to profit from us right now.
And it's the workers' money, man, Lincoln.
Yeah.
It ain't the government money. What was this government touching up on the people's money for? That is not their money. That's the workers' money. Huh? And what should happen, Lincoln? They should pay the people and pay percentage. How much percentage you put in is how much percentage you get back. Right? Don't have a cap to cap people at a particular cap. No. Y'all are, man, that's thieving, man. That's stealing. Huh?
And so if you put in, I'll bring the number way down. If you put in 100,000 in your lifetime in NIB, you should get at least $100,000 worth in pension when you leave it.
Thank you. Invest the money. But they put it in dead investment. And Lincoln, you realize something? These properties, they are dead investment. We ain't getting no returns from them. And all of these properties they got, why they can't tell the payment people what the returns y'all get? Y'all took the workers' money, y'all purchased this property. What did we get out of the deal, Lincoln? Nothing. But their cronies going off and get the workers' money. And they think it's okay.
It is better for you to save that money yourself.
Thank you.
Or for the government to do some kind of pension plan where you just, they just take the money out, because Singapore does it. They take money out of your salary that is for savings and it can only be used for investment. Singapore does it. And so that when it's time for you to invest, including buying a house, you have money to do that. When foreigners come to Singapore to invest, they say, well, you go own half and the people of Singapore go own half. And how they could do that? Because there's a fund where persons were saving. Monies were coming out of their salaries. And so now they can say, this money is going to go to invest. So Atlantis want to come to the Bahamas and build a hotel, you go on half, the people at the Bahamas go on half, and it's coming from there pension fund. Now the people are making dividends and exponentially. We need a new thinking in our country, but we keep voting for people who are marching us down and keeping their foots on our necks.
Yes.
We have to wise up and change our thinking and empower our people. Even national insurance has been used against us.
Thank you very much.
Come on, man. You have to document with the payments and all that here with you.
Yes.
See, I want you all to see what we're saying. We have the accounting documents from national insurance. They want you to see that national insurance should not be insolvent. All right? As you can see, based on the amount of money they have for someone say paying out, national insurance should be worth billions now. Multiple billions if they're invested in properly. All right? We still got some more info for you, so stick around. Now watch this. From 1978 here, we got from 1977, sorry. The contribution collected during this period, over $70 million. $14.8 million was paid out as benefits and assistance. The reserve stood at $107 million.
That's from 19 what?
77.
That's right.
I was one. They collected 70, paid out 14. Are you insolvent?
Thank
How?
you.
You stood at 107 million. Next, we'll go to the next years. All right, I'll go straight to the finance. Collected, this from 1982.
Yes.
Collected $77 million. 34 was paid out for benefits and assistance. The reserve then stood at 161 million. It grew because there's so much profit. So let's continue. 1984. Let's go straight to the numbers. This is when they were still honest and they was being accountable. All right? This before they start touching the money.
Stealing the money, yeah.
Yeah. All right, they collected 131 million. All right, and only paid out 63 million in benefits and assistance. And so the fund grew to $306 million. It more than doubled. It doubled. All right, so let's skip over to 1987. What do we have here?
Who was in power then?
87, that's still the PLP. All this is PLP.
Bernard Norwich was.
Yep, Bernard Norwich. All right. They collected 168.3 million and they paid out 84 million. See how much profit it is? You see how much profit it is? It isn't about them paying out in pensions or assistance. That's a drop in the bucket to what they're collecting. The reserve fund then went up to 448 million. The NIB scheme can work.
That's right.
And it can make all Bahamians wealthy if they invest the access properly and give it back to us in dividends. Let's skip up to 1991. Sorry, 1990.
Who's in power then?
1990.
Oh boy.
PLP again. All right. You know, they account at 1992 when
England was in power. Yes.
Janet Bostwick was there in charge of national insurance. All right. So we look at the numbers. This one they were still being accountable.
Watch this. Now, I know you love Janet, but talk the story like see how much money they make?
They collected $189.6 million, $190 million. That's how much they collected. And they paid out 117 million. So again, plenty, millions and millions in profit. The fund, the reserve fund, stood at $604.3 million. All right, we're skipping up to 93 to 95.
Who was in power?
Ingram.
Who was a chairman?
Chairman, let me see what chairman.
Teresa Moxie, minister.
Minister was Teresa Moxie.
Mm-hmm. Angela Cargan, they made there.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Looking to see the amount. All right.
See the reserve right there.
I see the reserve, but they're not saying how much was collected anymore.
That means they start to teeth. Just when they start to teeth.
Janet was there. Teresa Moxie. What's this? J.M. Pinder was the chairman. Why they stopped saying how much was collected? This is from 95.
They start to teeth now, Lincoln.
Wow.
They starting to teeth.
Ingram was touching it?
I believe so. I'm sure, but I still can't believe it. But they have Ingram here. He was the prime minister. And guess what? He was responsible for national insurance in 1995.
Yes.
You see?
He take that on himself.
He took it on himself.
I mean, he was up to something.
Thank you. And Teresa Moxie Ingram, right? She superseded Janet Forsyth. Man, no. And the chairman was J.M. Pinder. No, man, England was up to something. The reserves stood at, what, 731 million? But they ain't see how much money they collected and how much money they spent. No, man, on Lincoln, this ain't right.
So Janet let Ingram
Swing up.
Wow.
In other words, she gets swung. And again, Lincoln, look here. Why, Papa, you sharp?
So Bahamas from 95, they stopped saying how much was collected and paid out because they ain't want you to be able to keep track.
Thank you.
Boy, these devils. All right. And so that's from 95.
Thank you.
But they would say what the reserve is.
Yeah.
What the reserve was? Let me see. There we are. The reserve at that point went to 731 million. So up. So why are they now saying this thing broken and need to increase on us?
Thank you.
They don't need to increase on us. They need to stop stealing the money.
Yeah, go find our money, the workers' money.
All right. And so I just wanted to give you that as an example. We went through this already in our last live, but
hold on a second, Lincoln. Before you go, tell the baby people how much the reserve was from 1990 to 2000. And who was the front? How much the reserve was? $1 billion, Lincoln.
Yeah.
Tommy Turnquist was there.
$1 billion.
$1 billion payments.
And after that, the PLP took over and Philip Brave Davis was the chairman.
Yes.
It was at 1.1 billion. That's the slowest growth ever.
Yeah.
Why didn't it grow exponentially that time?
They take for now, Lincoln. They stealing the workers' money. And guess what? Watch this. They didn't put how much money we made, and they didn't put how much money we paid out. Look at this document good. They are now just telling them how much money on reserve. That means they lying.
But this is a 3-year period. It only grew. I mean, in 1 year period, this was growing exponentially, doubling and all this kind of stuff.
Thank you.
It only grew by 1.1 billion.
Thank you.
So it only grew by 0.1 billion.
Yeah, they lying. They lying.
Something wrong. And the Brave Davis was the chairman.
Yeah.
Shane Gibson was the MP.
Yeah.
Wow. Like my Chinese friends always say, something wrong.
Yeah, something's wrong. Who this is now?
Yes.
It's Ingram again. What year is this?
2008.
2006. Watch this. What he said. See what it was? It increased now.
It's at 1.56 billion.
And they stopped putting how much money they spent out.
Wow. So, Bahamas, I want you to see, this documentation. There's no reason for our national insurance to ever have to go up. Don't mind these fellas and go-tos deceiving you all and swinging you all and making it seem like, oh, we're paying out more. Notice in the press release that the lying press release that NIB did, they went to 1 year when it was a lockdown. So obviously they spent a lot of money. We can understand that.
But tell us how much y'all spent.
Right? But they wouldn't tell exactly how much was spent and what it was spent on. Even though the law says that they should. Yes, there's an act for that. The law says that they're supposed to account for everything. There's an act for that. All right? And so they went and jumped to that 1 year when everybody knows, yeah, they spent a lot of money because it was COVID lockdowns, et cetera, et cetera. Come on. What happened to the other millionaires that y'all were collecting? All right? It was always a surplus. Don't try to fool us by putting that 1 year in there when we were locked down and spent a lot of money subsidizing things, subsidizing businesses, subsidizing food packages, etc. And that was money that was given to the oligarchs anyway.
Yeah.
So don't try to fool us. Bahamas, I need you to wake up and realize that they're trying to swing us.
So, Lincoln, let me ask you something. When was the pandemic?
2020 and 2021.
Okay, 2020. Lincoln. Payments. July the 23rd, 2020.
Mm-hmm.
They took $37 million of NIB and put it in the Bahamas Development Bank. Look at this, my fellow Bahamians. Watch this, my fellow Bahamians. Lincoln, see, I don't want the Bahamians them saying that read to Bahamian people what I, Chester Cooper, said to them.
I, Chester Cooper, said.
Was the shadow minister.
He was the Charter Minister of Finance.
Yeah.
All right. He questioned the transparency of this money that they gave to the Bahamas Development Bank.
Thank you.
All right, from NIB. He said, I'll say off the top that I have no objection to this bill, nor the objective as described. It's nothing too complex. It appears to be a restructuring of the balance sheet of the bank by refinancing the bond with a government guaranteed debt. I get the underlying financial gyration. I will say, though, that I am offended that the government would bring such a resolution without the bank's financial.
Hold on a second. What he said? Without the bank financial. Just what I, Chester Cooper, said. The FNM came, the Igler, and the FNM going to Parliament with no bank financial. Finish read what I, Chester Cooper, said to them.
He said, if you don't have up-to-date audited financial statements, at the minimum, bring the management accounts.
They bring no accounts, my fellow Bahamians. Just what I, Chester Cooper, words stated in our House of Assembly. Finish read what he said.
In the private sector, it is highly unusual and frowned upon to be asked to restructure a balance sheet without actually seeing the balance sheet.
They never saw the balance sheet. The PLP government never saw the balance sheet, but Bahamas Development Bank. But yet, Dr. Minister wanted 37 million of the workers' money removed from NIB to go to this bank. Finish what he had to say.
So you come to Parliament, your board of directors who represent your shareholders, the Bahamian people, and ask us to act blindly.
Here he said, blindly. They took our money and still didn't bring the balance sheet. This is what is going on with NIB money. Lincoln, you see some stuff? While we locked down, on half of them, 37 million to the Bahamas Development Bank. And I, Chester Cooper, brought some stuff to Parliament and they still didn't get this balance sheet. Retired, Lincoln.
We need a new Bahamas.
Thank you.
We need to shift this. NIB has made billions over the years. Billions. The Miami Reserve is, that was made. Billions of dollars have gone through NIB. Billions. Now, the properties, some of the properties that we're talking about that NIB bought from the government, and let me show you why the investment was even worse than you think it was.
Yes.
It wasn't bad that it was derelict houses, you know. That's bad, but that ain't the real bad part, right? You saw the videos that we put out there. You saw me, I accidentally put up some of the pictures of derelict houses. Trying to pull some of them up here right now. All right, like this a drone shot. You see the roof falling in. If you walk in there, this literally you could go there and push that down. That's how it feels. It's one of the homes here. I mean, they are so derelict.
Why did they purchase it though? What was the purpose, Lincoln?
See,
tell the Bahamian, what was the purpose?
Let me tell you what's going on with this.
Purchase this.
Remember what they said in their statement, that there were some persons that they had to put security guards there because persons had trespassed on the property.
Yeah.
That wasn't a trespasser. That was the owner.
What? What do you mean the owner? You need to explain that to me because I don't understand you like that.
I can't go deep because they actually have this in God, right? But there's a black person, and I'm not giving this information to sway you one way or the next or say who should win this court case or who shouldn't. But they were being very deceitful by just saying that some persons trespassed. Maria, can you imagine sitting in your house, that is your house, that you inherited from your mummy, and is now yours, you have probate and everything, and you're sitting in your house, and then NIB comes out, the police or the government comes out, the police, and say, listen, get out of this house. We're taking this. It's ours. Can you imagine a scenario like that?
That can't happen. That's illegal.
Well,
the government got to go to court to get these things, and they have to pay.
Well, that actually happened to a gentleman who was in the same house that we went to that had the grill and everything.
Yeah.
That was his grill. And they actually locked him up for trespassing in his place. And when he went to court, he told them that, listen, this is my place. See the papers? So it was adjourned, signed, he died. Because the person who had him arrested couldn't prove that it was theirs.
What?
It's a criminal case. All right? But again, we're just giving information, and we're only doing this because NIB started giving information saying that they locked up trespassers. So by them saying that,
they lied.
By them saying that, they're now actually trying to convince the public
that they own this place.
That they own this place, and that the person was wrong, and that the person should be convicted. They are the ones in the wrong, not us discussing this case. All right? And so they actually took the person out of the house, was living there. Took the person out of his house, went to court, locked him up for criminal trespass, and then when he said to the judge, see my papers here? Listen, all we got is documents. It'll blow your mind how much documents we have.
Oh my God.
Including conveyances, including maps, conveyances, see all kind of maps, see conveyances.
Oh my God.
All kind of conveyances. Look. I ain't saying who should win the case. I just letting you know that this is what the government is caught up in with our money, a case. All right? Ooh. See, these conveyances, I got all kind of stuff. All right? We got all kind of documents. We can't even go to this one in one city. All right? And so that thing went to criminal court, and then afterwards it went to civil court. Remember when we were talking to Hubert Ingram's son on the first video? A lot of you watched the second video, go watch the first one. And he said, yeah, that's been in dispute for a little while. Why would the government take over a disputed property and then sell it to NIB? That's a question. Why would the government take over, spend our NIB money on something that's in dispute? You see where I'm going with this? I ain't saying who want to do, should want to do, shouldn't want to do, whatever. All right, because it's before the courts.
Yeah.
My question is to the NIB transaction with our money.
Oh.
Government has a property that somehow they take over. And then, I guess to get a conveyance involved, they sell it to NIB and suck the money out of NIB.
But hold on a second. Hold on, Lincoln. That's fraud. So hold on. That's fraud. Who signed that? Who signed that conveyance? Ooh, that person needs to lock up. Who signed that conveyance? Lincoln, let me see the conveyance.
Papers.
Oh. Oh. The Attorney General? Somebody need to get locked up. They're supposed to do a proper title search. And if this man owned this property,
But that's the government selling to the government.
thank you very much.
Where was NIB's lawyer? Who's NIB's lawyer in this?
That's true.
The Attorney General?
But I thought NIB is a separate
Mm-hmm.
and legal entity.
Mm-hmm.
They're supposed to have their own lawyers.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Attorney General cannot be representing. And I understand what's going on now. The unions represent them in certain cases.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're suing them, they like to say, it's a separate entity. They are wicked.
Yep.
They are dangerous.
Yep. So
Somebody need to get locked up for that conveyance, though.
So this is what they didn't say to you in their deceitful
Oh my God.
statement that they refused to sign. Notice they refused to sign it.
Yeah, yeah,
NIB did not sign that.
yeah,
No one put their name on that.
yeah.
But they came out with a bunch of lies saying we said stuff that we didn't say, saying that basically implying that we said that the age had gone up to 67. We never said that. We said that was your plans.
Yes, because they said that was a proposal they was thinking about. They made that public announcement.
All right, this was their statement.
Thank you.
Let's look at the statement. Let's look at the statement. Yeah, the National Insurance Board has taken note of statements made on July 6, 2022 in relation to the operations of the NIB and certain properties owned by NIB. So they're admitting that they spend money on these properties. You'll see at start,
Yes.
but they're just brushing over that. So what we said was true. They took our money and
Yes.
spent it on properties.
The workers' money.
Our monies on these derelict properties.
But
So they
everybody
started out. In their words, you can see that everything we said was absolutely true. Continue. With respect to NIB operations, the public is advised that no decision has been made at this time to increase the retirement age from 65 to 60. The statement made is false. We never made that statement, and that is exactly what we said.
And guess what they say? Look where they so slick. No decision had been made at this time.
Yeah.
Look at the words.
By NIB.
By NIB. That don't mean it is not into consideration, like they put the proposal to the Bahamian people.
All right, but everyone in the Bahamian public knows what went down. We know that Miles Arruda came out, made certain statements, and others made certain statements, and he said what the report was. All right, because according to the law, they're supposed to do a report if they feel that the reserve is in trouble, and they're supposed to make recommendations. That's the law. All right, and that's what happened. I'll continue. NIB further advises that while the reserves of the NIB have grown over the life of the fund and now stands at 1.5 billion, why don't you all produce accounting to the Bahamian people?
Hold on a second. Who said that?
They said now stands at 1.5 billion.
But according to this article with Shane Gibson, he said about 2 billion.
Shane, you ain't got no time for Shane.
Yeah, Shane said this right here.
He says now 2 billion. So Shane lied to the papers.
Okay, he lied.
Yeah.
Okay, so somebody.
Either him or NIB lied.
Thank you.
Someone lied. henceforth we need a commission of inquiry.
Yes.
All right. So they say the funds out of 1.5 billion, but think about this. If they got from the inception to what it was, 2000, early 2000s to 1.6 billion.
Yeah.
How is it that from 2009 to 2022, you still at the same amount?
Yes. Yes, Lincoln.
If you grew by over $1 billion from inception to about 2009 to 1.6 billion, how come you now at 1.5 billion?
Yes.
100 million less. How is that even possible? If only 1 year you can show that you spent out more, and that's because of COVID, you spent out more than you took in, and it was only, you said, by 70 million. But let me keep reading so you can see that. It says the reserves are currently in a state of decline, principally because of the amount of benefits paid annually have exceeded the amount of annual contribution income received from 2016. Then why don't you account to the same people like you used to? Because you're lying. We don't trust you. Given the current structure of the Social Security program, the contribution rate, and the number of pensioners receiving benefits, this trend will continue and the differential between benefits and contributions will increase. From the fiscal year end December 2021, the benefits payments to the public exceeded the contribution income by 70 million.
What are they saying there, Lincoln? What are they trying to say there with that 70 million?
For that year, they're saying in 2021, they spent more than they received by $70 million.
They lying.
But
They lying. So hold on a second. They said exceeded the income of say. So how much did they spend? Why didn't they tell the Bahamian people how much they
we spent this amount,
Yeah.
and we got this amount.
Oh, we got this amount.
We understand how that happened in 2021. A lot of people weren't working. There were no contributions to make. So we know 2021. Don't use that as a trick.
Thank you.
All right. We know that many people weren't working and therefore couldn't pay contributions, and money was being paid out for social programs. We know that. But don't use that as an excuse to lie and deceive us. Bring out the financials.
Thank you very much.
Give us our Freedom of Information Act.
Thank you.
Huh? How brave them come in talking about Freedom of Information Act and we still ain't get it yet. But they want Makeup Act to go put defense force officers in the forest.
Thank you very much.
Look at all these other acts they've already brought out. Why can't you? And I know there's already a Freedom of Information Act technically, but it's not being enforced.
Thank you very much.
Why don't you? You got a whole army to go in the forest, but you can't get to initiate the Freedom of Information Act? It's more priority to put an army in the forest for Lincoln and Maria. But you can't initiate the Freedom of Information Act. I wonder why.
That's the way they can steal the people money. And
let's continue. NIB also advises that the suggestion that NIB provided a bailout for the Bank of the Bahamas is totally unfounded.
They lie.
Can you just give us a Freedom of Information Act so we don't have to be going through this?
Yeah.
Because this thing about the Bahamas Development Bank is very founded. It's $37 million. Why didn't you talk about that?
Thank you.
Huh? Why didn't you talk about that?
But like you said, they set up another company, Reserve, to trigger the money. The Bank
so
of the Bahamas.
So it didn't go to Bank of the Bahamas, it went to Reserve.
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Yes.
National Insurance, we need to answer that again.
Thank you very much.
All right. With regard to the properties owned by NIB, the public is advised as follows. Let's see what the public is advised. During the period of 2007 to 2014, NIB acquired several properties at a purchase price of $6.6 million for development and ultimate use of various government departments. Hold on. Hold on, Bahamas.
Yeah, hold on.
They spent $6.6 million. All right, on 3 lots. I can get to that in a minute. But them old rundown house in the residential area you got for government departments, What they going to put in there, Maria?
I don't know.
You can't put no office there. That's residential.
Thank you.
What is going to do with that? They're lying. The resolution referred to in the social media video related to just 2 lots purchased by NIB. No, we showed you 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lots.
Thank you very much.
Anyway, we'll continue. A total of $6.6 million was paid for the other 3 lots. $6.6 million for 3 lots. They should have been shamed to write this.
Yeah.
As a result of recent trespassers accessing the properties and causing damage thereto, NIB found it necessary to place security guards at its properties.
What is that benefiting the Bahamian people? The building is unoccupied. Lincoln is being dilapidated every day.
The building's falling apart.
Okay.
If a bird land on the roof will collapse.
Thank you. So what
damage?
What
To
damage?
use those buildings, you gotta demolish them. You can't use them. Anyway, the NIB further advises that a matter is presently before the courts in relation to a trespassing on its property. The matter is with a gentleman who has papers, documentation, and is bringing root title to show that he owns the property, and you all took a man out of there and locked him out who actually was living there. This is not a street vagabond who keeps going into the property and damaging it, or vandals going in and vandalizing the properties. No. This is a man who says he has a claim of right to the property, and he has documents. I'm not saying who's right or wrong. That's what this conversation about. It's about the lies of NIB.
Yeah.
You're all trying to raise the age 67.
Thank you.
Increase the amount by 2% every other year for 14 years. That's 28% you're adding to the already about 10%. So you're going to raise this to over 38%, almost 40% of your salary will go to NIB. You all make this make sense to me. And they say it have to happen for this to work. Almost 40%, Maria, of your salary, or about 40%, will be going to NIB. Man, listen, the states don't charge you that much in taxes.
I was about to say.
You all could justify putting a plan together that this thing is going to increase to almost 40% of your salary. So right now, if you're making $100, $40 in NIB.
Hey, Lincoln, you know something? You know what God just dropped in my spirit? These people have worked so very well. They want us to work for them, for us to put the money in NIB.
For them to squander.
For them to squander. And guess what they squandering it on? Their political cronies, their family members, their friends, and their lovers. Huh? So they want us to work for them. That's what this is all about. We working for them, Lincoln. We ain't working to get no benefit out of this. Huh?
Now, we have lots and lots of letters here. Lots of letters. So the government knew about the situation with that land. All right. This is one of the letters here. This is from the estate of Sarah Lillian Olive Johnson Sweeney. We're not discussing this again as to say who trespassed, who didn't trespass, who owns it, who don't own it. We're just saying that NIB spent our money on properties.
Who they addressed the letter to?
They addressed the letter to Cornelius A. Smith, the Governor General of the Bahamas. They have letters addressed to.
What year? No, what year?
I can say it. They have letters addressed to Hubert Ingram, to Perry Christie, to Ministry of Works, Brave Davis, Bradley Roberts, Ministry of Works. They have letters, all kind of letters here. But hold on. In this letter, let's see, lightning ain't good. He says that my attempts to administrate my estate have been frustrated, disturbed, and prevented. I have been arrested for trespassing on my estate at my residence demanded to appear in court on occasions with no court documents produced by authorities and my entrance gate locked to keep me off my premises on my estate. So this is documentary to show that NIB, this isn't about vandals. This is about someone who's living there and this was their residence and you're always coming to take it over. All right. I'm not saying whether you're right or wrong or whether you, that ain't what I'm talking about. We're not trying to influence the court case. But you brought this up in your statement. All right. Not us.
Yeah.
When we spoke on the video, we never brought up the court case, although we knew about the court case. All right. You brought it up. And so you brought it up being deceitful to make the Bahamian people feel like it was just some vandal. No. The property next to it is a white man squatting in there. This property had a black family.
Oh.
You removed the black family. Remember the property where the dog was barking when we went to the video?
Yes.
There's a white family in there. But this was a black family and you all pulled them out. You all black people.
They hate us that much. Huh? Y'all hate our color that much.
And so
we ain't supposed to have nothing.
no.
We ain't supposed to live on Prospect Ridge.
That's too good for black people.
We ain't supposed to go to certain schools. Huh? We ain't supposed to wear certain clothing. We ain't supposed to drive certain cars. We ain't supposed to work in certain buildings. Huh? But you know what is so sad? We got them sitting in our parliament, and the white oligarchs treated them the same way. Now they arrive, they will look at us in a different manner.
He says here in the same letter, he says in 2006, I contacted the Attorney General, Alison Maynard Gibson, regarding my estate land matters with Bahama. This before, remember, they said they didn't start buying up these land until 2007, right? 2007, 2014 is buying up land. But he already got in contact with them with his paperwork and all that in 2006 is what he's saying. Again, I'm not saying this to influence any court case. I am just speaking to what NIB is dealing with in terms of them spending our money on these properties, and the properties have a challenge to it. All right, who's right or wrong? My business. Court will decide. All right. In 2006, I contacted Attorney General Alison Maynard Gibson regarding my estate land matters with Bahama. I have attached my research and investigation correspondence submitted to Prime Minister Ingram in 2010. Yep, in 2010, and documents of my arrest for trespassing at my residence at my estate in 2014. This 2014, all right, after NIB took it over, all of a sudden they come and etc. My attempts to administer the estate, including real estate transactions, are incessantly and deliberately prevented and or obstructed by various banks and attorneys.
Let me ask you something publicly. Why every time you get a document with Hubert Ingram name in it, you don't never show it to me and tell me you're lying?
Because you love Hubert.
Yeah.
You used to love Hubert.
Thank you.
You saved him.
Okay.
All right, and there's more of this letter, but we got to spoon feed some stuff, all right? But we have letters here where they knew about the situation. So our concern really is this letter to Hubert Ingram. All right, it's a letter to Hubert Ingram. Let me put it closer for you. It's a letter to, I should have put it on the software. Oh, I can't see it.
See Lincoln again. A letter to Hubert Ingram.
Yeah, Hubert Ingram. All right, and this letter has everything. This has a breakdown, certified copies of plans for the estate, certified copies of crown grant, etc. Remember, I told you the queen was actually giving land to black people.
Yes.
The queen and the king before her was giving land to our black people.
And who come and take it away?
Our black people.
Yes.
Who started taking away from our people.
Stealing.
All right, all kind of stuff is here. So this again, we have so much letters here that it will blow your mind, but we've been going long now, right? I just want to say, NIB is being very deceitful, and this is another Bahamian who was taking off land. And we have a lot of land disputes in this country, a lot, because they refuse to do a land registry because they want to be able to steal land. All right, an official land registry. But NIB bought properties not just that were derelict, but that were in dispute. It was known to be in dispute because there's letters, etc., that we have here. I mean, loads and loads of letters. And you also have letters where the government responded saying, listen, letter, you better give them letter. Letter, you better give them letter. The government responded saying, this is interesting. Send us some documentation for this. Send us some documentation and we'll get right on it. The documentation was sent, and then they say, okay, we see what you're saying.
You need to write the queen for reeling.
They already wrote the queen. I have the letter to the queen here.
Well, you all get teeth, boy. I cry for that. Your black governments get teeth from you all over. Huh? Man, this case need to go to the Privy Council. Huh?
It's headed there, and that's going to be an international embarrassment.
Thank you very much. This need to go to the Privy Council. Your black governments, if the Queen of England, who was in control of this country before 1973, give land to the black farmers or the black people them who was cultivating the land, why in the world did our government decided that this land is too good for them? We can thief it. We can steal it. You have to acquire the land or purchase the land back from these persons who the Queen gave grant to. Stop thieving from your own. Huh?
See the red went to the Queen?
Yes. Amen. Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth. Huh? My God. Boy, you all can thief, eh? You're looking for this man to die, eh?
That's what they're waiting for.
Huh? But ain't nothing happening.
So yeah, the Queen was written. There's a letter to the Queen. This actually is the stamped everything, the registered mail, etc. Those lands are actually leased before. See the lease right there. Sorry, it's just a lease where the land was leased out before. So it's a lot of stuff. And so again, we're not in this to deal with this last letters, right? All right. So they were written to. This was the office of the Prime Minister.
Who was the Prime Minister then?
This 2000. This Ingram.
Ingram.
It says the office of the Prime Minister wrote to this gentleman. All right. Let me make sure I'm doing the right sequence. All right. And like I said, the reason we're reading this is because we want to show you that they spent our money suspiciously. All right. Let me see. All right. So the office of the Prime Minister wrote to the gentleman because he had wrote to them and said reference is made to your correspondence copied to this office. Oh, sorry. The date is this Halloween, the 31st October 2020. And it says reference is made to your correspondence copied to this office relative caption subject. It says I am advise that you forward documents which substantiate your claims to ownership of the said properties. It's from 2000. The inside buying until 2007 of the said properties. I am to also advise that the Department of Lands and Surveys have copies of the said Crown land grants.
Hold on a second. Hold on, Lincoln. Hold on now. You are saying the permanent secretary told them they have copy of the Crown land grant. That means that's a red flag. That means that land was already granted to this man by the Queen. They acknowledging that they get the Crown land grant. So how they now can come and take the man property?
Not only that, he told them that he believed it was destroyed because he couldn't get it before. But they responded to him, telling him, oh no, they're right there.
They have copies.
He said, I am advised, I am to also advise that the Department of Lands and Surveys should have copies of the said land grants and the maps which you believe to have been destroyed. You can avail yourself of records at the Department of Lands and Surveys so that necessary action can be taken. We apologize for the late response. That's from Cleomi Turner, in the permanent secretary in the office of the Prime Minister. And so he responded to them, and he said, this is from their family estate, and let me see. No, sorry, this is the Ministry of Works, because he presented the documents that they asked about, and the Ministry of Works then responded to him. Sorry about that. The Ministry of Works then responded to him and said this. And this is in 2004. Remember, they ain't started buying property till when? 2007 to 2000.
That means they investigate what they're going to steal.
So it says, I have been instructed to acknowledge receipt of your correspondence addressed to the Governor General, as well as the attachments in book form, addressed to the Honorable Bradley Roberts, Minister of Works and Utilities, dated the 30th of March, 2024. Sorry, 2004. I am advised that your submissions was duly noted by those concerned. So he presented them with his documentation. He presented them with their proof, etc., etc. It says thereafter, it was forwarded to the Attorney General's office, which deals with such matters. Please also be informed that you may now deal directly with the Attorney General's office regarding the status of your submissions. And that is from Roxburgh E. Williams, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Works. And so after that, somehow, government is in possession of his, well, he was living there. Government is in possession of the property. They then sell his property to NIB for $3 million, plus another $6.6 million, plus whatever else. All right? Why would you see? It was bad and it was horrible when the Bahamian people heard that you all spent our money on derelict properties and vacant properties. Now we understand that you spent these on properties that you knew were in dispute. The government knew these properties were in dispute. There was documentation presented to the Attorney General, but yet, what we see, the Attorney General office themselves, where the conveyance. The Attorney General office themselves, that's the name on it. After he presented all the documents to them, the Attorney General
conveyed his properties.
Conveyed the property to NIB.
Y'all are criminals. Y'all are criminals. God, bring judgment. Bring serious judgment on them. The type of judgment you will bring on them, God, they need to feel your wrath. You're stealing from your own people. The Queen in her mercy decided to be gracious to some of the poor people. And you all decided that the Queen shouldn't have done it. The Queen should have left the land for the government. No. You all are greedy. She leave Crown land here and she leave grant here. Why would a black government touch the people grant? You don't mind the UBP doing it, Lincoln. because they was in our color. But this is our own that did it to us. Huh? You all touch up, you all, watch what you all did. You all steal the man land because it was a grant. Then you all gone and you all remove our money to buy the land that you all steal. Huh? Watch this, my fellow Bahamians. God can deal with you all. Lincoln, could you please tell Bahamian people what this document is? What national insurance have to do with Bahama?
This is.
Tell them, Lincoln. What national insurance? This is a case.
Court case between National Insurance and Bahama. When there's going bankrupt.
Thank you. What national insurance have to do with Bahama? That means our money going to Bahama too, Lincoln. And the Attorney General again. Huh? For the petitioner. Both of them was working to the Attorney General office. What? Amens. Could the PLP government tell us what Bahama have to do with national insurance? You all take our money and put it there too? Arjun and Alan, could you tell the Bahamian people that property which you have on Blake Road? Tell the Bahamian people whether national insurance purchased that property from you after you walk out of the F&M camp. See that same property, Lincoln? The 5-story?
Yep.
Huh? Arjun Allen is alleged you sell that property national insurance. Huh? And that property got a bunch of molds in it.
They couldn't even go in it.
They even couldn't go in it. The people went in it and they got sick. That is a condemned building. Mr. Christie, tell the Bahamian people again. The people from NIB call me. This is another building, Mr. Christie, that got purchased on your watch. Why these buildings you all purchase that have no benefit to the Bahamian people? Why did you all do it, Mr. Christie? Mr. Christie, please tell the Bahamian people again. See, when police officer called me, tell the Bahamian people again, Mr. Christie, what Paul Hadley building and national security building have to do with national insurance. Huh? Are you all collecting the money from the government for that, Mr. Christie? The police are telling me you all take our money and invest in that too. And the figures that this police officer tell me coming out of police headquarters that you all invest in national security, I can't believe that. Tell us why you all did it to the Bahamian people.
They wrote a letter to the Queen, and the Queen did respond. All right, so this is from Her Majesty the Queen. All right, this is from Her Majesty the Queen. The Queen did respond. The Queen responded by saying, "Dear Sir," I don't know his name. "The Queen has asked me to thank you for your letter of the 11th April, from which your comments have been noted. I must explain, however, that Her Majesty's position as a constitutional sovereign precludes her from intervening in matters such as this. I am sorry to send you a disappointing reply. Yours sincerely, Miss Georgina Sage, CG Correspondence Officer." In other words, what they're saying is the Queen don't have no say. She's only a titular head. All right.
Thank you.
So for people who saying that the Queen own this and the Queen have that and this and that, that's the Queen telling you, I ain't got no say. All right. And so what the Queen is saying is, just take it to court and the Privy Council
over there will deal with them.
Will handle that. All right. And so for y'all who saying the Queen in charge of this and the Queen run this and run that, no. The Queen is a titular head, a constitutional sovereign, which means it's only in writing, but she has no say.
She gave up everything, Lincoln, when she handed over the independent, she handed over to the Bahamian people, handed over to our parliament. That's why I keep telling the Bahamian people, you know, this woman owned nothing in this country. She had over everything. Huh? She leave it up to the government to do what's right by the people. Huh? But they understand. I'm so glad. I need a copy of that letter. I can send that around that the people have know. She can't get involved. Huh?
Yeah, and the law actually states that after 1973, that anything to do with land in this country is vested in the minister responsible.
Thank you very much.
The law actually says that, Section 54. So just a little education for you. So it was scandalous when we heard that NIB, after saying that the thing is going broke, the scheme is going broke, it's not working, they're going to have to raise it. They have to. And they're going to have to keep raising it. Otherwise, it'll fail. And that they have to raise the age that they give you money so you get in swing. But now to hear that they invested NIB's money, even though the parliament only gave them permission to spend $10 in the transaction, they still went ahead and spent $3 million on that particular transaction. That means that transaction is null and void. You don't own that property.
That's right.
Because you cannot do that transaction without the say-so of Parliament.
Thank you.
Parliament did not give you authorization to spend $3 million. That is null and void. That one over. So that is voided, not voidable. That is voided.
So who do you think get our $3 million though? The workers $3 million.
I don't know. I don't know who got 6.6 million. I don't know who got the 10 million because they said 10 million was spent on that one for the Prime Minister's house, plus another 7 million. Minister, he had to spend aside renovating it. Never happened.
Dr. Menace, tell the Bahamian people from a place. Where the $7 million that you got allocated to renovate that house? And Lincoln, let me ask you something. I don't think the Queen Palace costs all this money. 7 million? We're gonna buy one house bigger than that old Paradise Island for 7 million. Boy, Dr. Menace, boy, where these figures coming from? Them people out like for Key Gate ain't buy no house behind there for those 7 million. Huh? Gated community. Boy, Dr. Menace, boy, you're a thief, boy. And you're like a black government keeping from their own people.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for now. We have a lot more documents. We need to charge you for this, so just don't turn us off. Our own black government.
Yes.
I've been doing this. I personally am dealing with probably about 20 cases.
Yes.
Where the Queen is giving land to black people. And our own black government, especially that, you know, Christie, Menace, all of them, taking property from them. Maybe because of our exposure, you see what's happening. Don't listen to that lies. Of course, they can attack me and Maria. It don't move us.
That's right.
All right, they can say whatever they want to say. Listen, they can say black, I ugly, I don't dress good. They can say whatever they want to say with me. They can say I broke some woman's heart, whatever you could say. I mean, think whatever you want to think. All right, I just eat pork. You know, say whatever you want to say. You could say I was a crackhead. You know, whatever you want to say. But in the meantime, we're going to be dealing with the issues.
Thank you.
And we're going to be transforming this nation to the Bahamian people. We are going to have a new Bahamas, whether they like it or not.
And again, before you go, Mr. Christie, could you tell the Bahamian people why you use NIB money to bail out City Meat Market? And some of the people still didn't get paid. That's a private company, Lincoln. Why? Mr. Christie, why did you all use NIB number to bail out Clico? Why? They private entities. What did we benefit from that, Lincoln?
Actually, with the what do you call it, city market issue, I heard that monies were paid, millions of dollars was paid out to pay to those people. It was being held by Wayne Monroe. I called him about it. And he said that no specific instruction was given. He's a creature of instruction to pay monies out. And so the money was just sitting for all this time.
You serious? And Lincoln, hold on, no man. And Lincoln, I got a client, the court's going to take my client house. And he pension money caught up in that.
Yeah.
No, I need to, I need to write,
Yeah, you have to, Wayne Monroe has the, oh, I didn't know you were dealing with that. So Wayne
I have
Monroe,
one client.
Wayne Monroe has, well, Wayne Monroe allegedly have funds. I talked to him about it and he acknowledged, but he said that, no instructions were given to him in terms of paying out.
Why? Let me ask this PLP government something. Why? If you all have the monies, Lincoln, why they don't pay out the people and their money? They look at these people are dying. Oh, I forgot. Like how they look for that woman from the gaming board who died and never got her benefits. Huh? You're looking for people to die. That's what these black governments are doing. They don't want to come, sit down and pay out the poor people. But I hope you see what they paying out. The people on their collect, they get all their money, Lincoln. But the poor people can't get no money.
And I just have to say this. I think that it is disgraceful and it couldn't happen in a civilized nation.
Thank you.
For the government to say that they're not going to say how much of our money they paid out to an individual.
I agree.
And they talk about safety issues for the commissioner of police, the senior police officer. He's already in a safety issue because of who he is. He already is a very guarded person, a very protected person, safety issue. So you could say how much Shane Gibson got. Is the PLP plotting on Shane Gibson
Hey,
to be
Lincoln,
killed?
Lincoln, me after something.
Because they said how much money he got, but they said it's a safety issue. If you say how much other people got, that means you're all setting up Shane.
Man, Lincoln, I can't get involved with that. Shane is a friend.
I say Shane, I say none but Shane. I'm saying talking about the government and their policy.
That's true.
That they actually expose Shane. But they're saying with the commissioner, they don't have to say nothing. You see where the problem is going to come in with this is, you don't want the commissioner to seem like a puppet. And it's going to give the impression that the commissioner got this money from the government because it wasn't the court that decided to give him this money. This was a settlement, a separate negotiation outside of the court, where you just sit down and say, listen, yeah, you have a court case, you don't worry, let me give you this amount and just begin that. So it would give the appearance that you gave him this money, so he just got to do what you say. He owe you.
But Lincoln, if they go to court, they have to pay more money.
It doesn't matter. Go to court or
Look right, Lincoln.
or hold on, just be transparent with the people. We gave him $2 million.
Okay.
Because now it appears, it could be, I'm not saying that's what it is, but we can say, okay, let's give him 10 million because we ain't got to say nothing to nobody. And listen, you give us 8 million that you keep 2, and you give us 8 million for the party. All of these questions are left out there. You must avoid corruption and the appearance of corruption. And that's what they taught you in law, Maria?
Yes, they did.
So now everything is up in the air. You could say, okay, we give you 5 million, but you keep 1 and give the party 4. Think about that. You can't keep secret with public funds.
But Lincoln, you know something? You know they know this guy eventually come up, right? Because Lincoln, trust me, you know you're going to know how much he got paid, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You know, ain't nothing is no kept secret in the Bahamas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You see, so that's 2 issues. There's an issue, it gives the appearance of corruption, and it gives the appearance that, listen, we pay you, so you just do what we say. We will be your master. Now you can come out and say, I'm not a slave to no one, this and that, but what I'm talking about is the appearance.
Okay.
All right, of it. We're not saying that he is corrupt. I don't know him to be corrupt. All right, I don't know Clay Fernandez to be corrupt. All right, at all. But this kind of transaction, Clayton Fernandez should have been the one to say, listen, no. Just tell the people, tell the public, keep this transparent. Remember when Greenslade got some gifts, parting gifts?
Yeah.
When he was leaving Freeport?
Yeah.
Grand Bahama? They gave him some gifts as a commissioner leaving. And they tried to use that against him to say, you can't be commissioner because you took gifts and the commissioner should take gifts and this is corruption.
Yeah.
Or they laughed about parents of corruption, that the civilians gave you something. So you can't have the appearance of it. Now, last thing I want to say before we go, again, for the people of Pinewood Gardens, the government is now talking about using the solution that a son of Pinewood Gardens put forward, which is to put reservoirs under the parks and constitute the parks and have the water going to them that you could reuse for different things.
Oh, that's a good idea, Lincoln. I'm glad they do it.
That's the idea that we put forward is on our website, and we put it forward before the election, and they're actually going to do it. And so now it had to be a son of Pinewood to grow up, become a man, and solve this problem that both me and you was a victim of.
Of course.
Of course, the government isn't going to give us credit, but we don't need credit.
Yeah, just do it.
We need you to just do it.
Yeah.
All right? And we know they're going to do it because also this son of Pinewood is a threat to them, is a political threat. So they want to be able to say they did something in Pinewood. And so because I'm a political threat, they're going to have to do it because they want to say they did something in Pinewood, because the MP in Pinewood, he isn't really, that much of a good MP. All right. He's not a careless rule.
He just rich. Leave my friend alone. Okay?
Yeah, that's my friend too. But
yeah, leave my friend alone.
That's Pinewood. I want to see you do something. Don't come in Pinewood talking. We don't play that.
Leave my friend alone.
Come with action.
And by the way, the people are from the Southern Islands too.
I believe that's your family.
No, you always say different settlements.
Yeah, and also we're also going to see the taxi plate idea was from us. And a lot of ideas are doing is from us, and a lot of people are seeing it, and it's just legitimizing us. But also in terms of Crown land, the government right now, they sent a fella there called Brennan. We have connections everywhere in Land and Survey in the Prime Minister's office. They send someone there called Brennan. He's putting together where the government is going to actually give away Crown land to people because of how bad they looked, because of what they did to us. The government is now putting together a list of people they're going to give Crown land to.
Good.
All right. And so that all is going to be because of the action that we took. And so you can take it like that or take it however you want. Brave Davis is going to issue Crown land to Bahamians. All right. They've already started drafting all of this. So at least about 100 people are gonna get straight. But they're doing it because our actions caused them to look bad. And so now to get out of it, they're going to say, well, see, we're giving Crown land to Bahamians. Well, you all just should do it a certain way. All right. But they're going to give it to people who are possessing land also. All right. Who are already on the land. But of course, they ain't going to say that piece. But ladies and gentlemen, when you stand up, the government must stand down. And when you take a stand, all right, you're going to bring that change.
Yeah.
Everything the government is doing right now is really in response to us. We're really running this country, to be honest with you. Almost everything that they're doing right now is in response to us.
Because you know what's happening, Lincoln? We are being the voice of the people. We are telling the government this is what the people want. This is why the people are calling us. Ms. Jackson, could you and Lincoln go tell the government this is what we want to happen in this country? And whether they like it or not, people are going to come to us. They're going to talk some stuff because they know we can keep it a secret. Because guess what? PLBs. Some of y'all PLBs, as we call us. I got a bunch of friends in the PLB too. Lincoln always is telling me that. They calling us and giving us ideas on how to address this government to make this country a better place. So Lincoln, all PLBs ain't bad, you know. They want things to happen in this country.
I mean, this PLP is telling us to keep going, keep fighting, and not to come off that line.
Thank you very much.
PLPs. So we want to thank you for tuning in. I know we normally take questions. We had some stuff we had to get out, so we're going to be able to do it today. So we'll see you later this week, I guess on Tuesday again. But thank you. We got to stand up and fight. We got to bring the change that this country needs. And that's all we want to do. And so, are we perfect?
No.
All right.
We gonna make mistakes? Yes.
Yeah.
We can correct ourselves? Yes.
And so we just want Bahamians to benefit. That's our only agenda.
Thank you.
That's our agenda. Some people say we want power. No.
No.
You want to just be government? No. Well, that's what Brave them wanted.
Yeah.
So then wasn't Brave doing everything he can to be prime minister?
Yes.
So it wasn't nothing wrong with him wanting power.
Thank you.
It wasn't nothing wrong with Chester Cooper wanting power right now. You're going to say because he did something like Zuma, oh, he just want to be prime minister? I don't understand your logic. Every Bahamian has a right to want to serve this country in whatever way they want. But of course,
they have a problem with us.
Bahamians have a problem
with
Bahamians.
Yes.
I guess.
The no-name Bahamians.
I guess if Louis George start doing certain things, they won't say it because he won't be prime minister.
Yeah.
If he starts saying he won't be prime minister, they'll say, "Oh, that's okay. He's a foreigner. That's fine."
Yeah.
Yeah, Louis, I just called you a foreigner because that's how you behave. All right.
And Louis is my friend too. But nigga, you like to talk, my friends, but
Yeah. I don't mix with them people. You better call him your associate.
okay.
He is not your friend. He's not a friend of the Bahamas. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. We did on 2.5 hours today. Thank you all for tuning in, spending your day with us. I'm gonna go eat some grilled food, etc. I'm on the farm and enjoy the rest of this day. God bless all of you.
Yeah.
We love you. Stand with us. Fight for the Bahamian people. There's more to come out. We're going to spoon feed it, but we got to sign up for this country. Immigration is going wild. We're under attack. Crime is out of control. Everything is out of control in this country.
And they thieving our money.
They're thieving the people money. So expect more attacks on us because we hit them at a sore point. We hit them right where they've been stealing. So they're going to attack us. Stay focused, Bahamas.
We can get some attack this week.
Stay focused.
Alright.
Right? Let's do what we have to do. God bless you. And see you next time.
Right, my fellow Bahamians. Y'all have a happy independence. By the way, please let the crime rate decrease in this country tomorrow. Y'all going on the beach. Be careful, watch the children, and God bless the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Remember, change ain't coming.
Change is here.
And it's Bahamians aren't prepared to stand up and fight and defend their own Bahamas, then you don't deserve to have it.
Now let that sink in. Come on. Change ain't coming, change is here. You can hear it, you can feel it in the air. All politicians, put your hands in the air. This is stick up, let me make myself clear. I'm a grown man talking, so you know what to do. No one's leaving till we figure out the truth. Why you laughing? This ain't nothing funny. So no one gets to go home till we figure out this money. Change ain't coming, change is here. They say change ain't coming, but change is here. They say change ain't coming, but change is here. They say change ain't coming, nigga, change is here. Now if you ain't standing with us, then I know you against us. Bahamas, this ain't no time for us to be lukewarm. This is war, and we riding through the storm. Come on. Let's go. Shalom to all my Hebrew brothers, to all my Muslim and Rastas, we need you, brother. I see, I know. I can't forget the Christians. Let's put our differences aside, cause it's a bigger mission. See, they've been doing this for years, trying to separate us, kinda trying to keep us down and never elevate us. Now it's time to praise the Lord, cause he's about to take us over to the promised land where we can celebrate us. I got to do it for my kids that ain't even born yet. So the minute that they born, they already gotta check that check. Gotta have that time to collect, so they won't know how it feels to have that yoke around their neck. Yeah. See, y'all been robbing my grandmother, my great-great-grandmother and grandfather. It's like y'all can't get enough. Y'all just keep eating and giving us nothing but taxes. Y'all went even as far as to say that this country's in debt and we ain't got no money. When 9 times out of 10, everybody in this country's possibly a millionaire. It's time to wake up. Let's talk about natural resources, cause every time we bring it up, they say hold your horses. They say it ain't worth a thing, but it's worth a fortune. Meanwhile, they open up their businesses across the borders. Oh yes, we track their bank accounts across the waters. They say this country in debt, but they making millions. If we don't stop this now, they be up to billions. It's about to go down and I get the feeling we gotta cut a movie on these dirty villains. On this Lincoln Bain and his team came with information. It's like everything changed, everything went quiet. It's like so much facts and they can't deny it. They rather keep their mouths shut before they start a riot. Now look how they trying to just steal the oil. They don't wanna share with none of y'all. They been robbing us while we were sleeping. Send them to jail cause they failed, they committed treason. Change ain't coming. They say change ain't coming. The change is here. They say change ain't coming. The change is here. They say change ain't coming. Nigga, change is here. Listen, from Freeport to Nassau all the way to Naga. There's no more time for us to sit back and be quiet. You understand? This is war. If they only knew who we were, if they only know who we are, they would know we are warriors. No retreat, no surrender. Just give us what you owe us. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. I feel this all the way to my ancestors. We are warriors. We only really want what's owed to us. You get it? Now free up.